Hey everyone, welcome back. You know how this all works, but if you don't, before we continue the story, if you are new to this series, go watch the previous episodes of my Pokemon Horizon fanfiction, because it's no fun to just jump right into something that you don't know what's going on. Now, with that said, let's begin. Chapter 13, A Fighter's Heart. Dante and Lucius sit in the stadium seats at the edge of the Veilstone City Gym battlefield. Violet stands ready with Luxio in front of her, with Maylene on the other side tossing a Pokeball up and down in the air. This will be a 3-on-3 match, Violet. I'm sure you know the rest, so let's get this fight started, she says with a tinge of anger in her voice over having Lucius in her gym. Go, Machamp! The massive 4-armed Pokemon emerges from the ball and flexes, showing off its muscles. Okay, Machamp, let's get this going with Dynamic Punch, Maylene commands. As the Pokemon lunges forward, both its right arms cocked to punch, Lucius leans over to Dante. You see, Maylene already has made a grave mistake, he whispers. Dante looks over at him. How so? She is rash, quick to attack. Watch, Dante. They turn their attention back to the fight where Luxio has dodged the attack and is now following Violet's orders to leap onto Machamp's back and bites down hard. Good, Luxio! Now use Thunder! Violet says with a thrill in her voice. Luxio uses his newly taught attack and electrifies the massive fighting-type Pokemon and taking it down with just one hit. Lucius smiles and applauds the swift attack and then leans back towards Dante. See, Maylene left herself open to that. There is more to battling than just being strong. Violet just proved that with Luxio's speed. Maylene recalls her beaten Pokemon and without even saying a word, sends out another massive bruiser, Pangoro. Okay, Luxio, you did great. Return, Violet says, calling him back. Okay, let's see what you can do. Violet tosses out another Pokeball and a fully battle-ready Gibble lands. Maylene cracks a smile. A bit small to go up against my Pangoro, don't you think? Size isn't everything. Gibble, Sandstorm! Gibble lets out a little roar into the air and sand begins to swirl around her. It continues until a storm is raging in the gym. Sand won't stop us. Pangoro, attack with Arm Thrust. The Pangoro runs forward with rage in its eyes. Gibble, use Flamethrower. The little Gibble opens its wide mouth and lets out a jet of flames, and it causes it to launch into the air like a rocket, and not only dodging the arm thrust, but dealing massive blow to Pangoro. Dante smiles as he watches the little dragon type fly across the gym and lands against the back wall. At this rate, I don't think Violet will lose a Pokemon at all, Lucius says with a wide smile. She is really good, Dante says, smiling at Violet. Maylene grits her teeth. Pangoro, Dark Pulse! The large Pokemon forms a ball of darkness in its palms, and once it's fully sized, it launches the attack. Violet is too slow to react, and the Dark Pulse hits Gibble with full force. The attack does critical damage, but Gibble refuses to show it by letting out a not-so-little roar now. Okay, Gibble, finish Pangoro with a Bulldoze, Violet commands. Gibble jumps up and smashes into the floor and charges forward, digging up everything as it slams into Pangoro, and with that hit, it knocks it out. It falls to the floor with a massive thud, and Gibble jumps around ecstatic with its victory. Maylene recalls Pangoro and takes out an aged, scuffed-up Pokeball. She looks at Violet with a scary, calm anger in her. This is my last Pokemon. Nothing will stop me and my Lucario, Maylene says, and opens the ball, allowing her oldest Pokemon to come out. Lucius runs his hands across his smooth chin. Interesting choice. With her Lucario's age, it will be slower and frail. But with age comes wisdom. Violet would be wise to watch out for its special attacks, Lucius says quietly. Dante looks over at him and then to the old Pokemon. He studies the Lucario, memorizing its body and shape so he can draw the moment later. Okay, old friend, let's start this off with Bone Rush, Maylene commands. The Lucario nods and uses its powerful aura to form a staff of energy and charges forward to Gibble. Counter with Dragon Claw, Gibble! As Lucario swings down the Bone Rush, Gibble's little claws glow and grow, and it blocks the swing. It slashes back and the fight continues, with swings and blocks and the occasional blow. This goes on for too long for Maylene's liking, and she grows impatient. Lucario, jump up and use Aura Sphere! It jumps back, and the glowing staff fades, and all of Lucario's energy manifests into a glowing dark blue orb in its hands. Gibble continues to charge at it with Dragon Claw, but once it leaps into the air to attack, Lucario lets loose the Aerosphere and it collides with the Gibble in a marvelous explosion. Amongst the thick smoke, a bright light pierces the clouds, and everyone in the room knows what is happening, but only Lucius is the one to say anything. "Gibble, she's evolving," he says, standing up with excitement in his eyes. Violet smiles as the smoke clears and a Gabite is standing in the aftermath of the attack. "No!" Maylene screams with rage. "Lucario, close combat!" "She's lost," Lucius whispers with a smirk. The Lucario rushes headlong at the Gabite, and Violet sees her opening. "Gabite, finish this! Flamethrower!" It's over before anyone knows it, as Lucario is consumed in a powerful torrent of scorching flame and faints. Despite the rage she sees for the unwanted guest, Maylene smiles as she congratulates and presents Violet with the Cobble Badge. But that is it. Once the formalities are through, she leaves. Lucius and Dante join Violet on the field, and they have nothing but compliments and praise to say. "It was nothing, guys. It's all thanks to this pretty lady right here," she says, taking Gabite's head into her hands. "You are an extremely talented trainer, Violet," Lucius begins. "It is expected, though, since you have won 3 Pokémon Leagues already." "Thank you, Mr. Voncroft," Violet says as she returns Gabite to her Pokéball. "Please, both of you, call me Lucius. With our paths crossing already, I like to think of both of you as friends." "That is very kind of you, Mr. Lucius," Violet says, a little wariness in her voice. "I know this is a lot to ask, but I want to see more of your battles, Miss Violet. Could it be possible for me to join you in yours and Dante's journey?" Dante remains silent, but his face says it all as he looks to Violet with almost pleading eyes. "Don't you have to run your company? I don't want to draw you away from important work," Violet says, hoping Lucius can take the hint. But he doesn't. "Oh, that is no problem at all, actually. Commander Darius can take care of most things, and I'm always running the company on the go." "He is just as oblivious as Dante," Violet thinks, trying to figure out a way to turn him down without being rude. "I mean, I don't think it would hurt. It would be nice to have more company," she says with a subtle sarcasm. Lucius smiles. "Thank you. You see, I am a sucker for Pokemon battles, and doing what I do, I rarely get to see them. So truly, thank you for this. I've been needing a little break," he says with a charming smile. Maybe he is being genuine. Maybe I was wrong. Violet, Dante, and now Lucius sit in the Pokemon Center discussing their path to reach Pastoria City. Lucius points out a shortcut, and they choose to follow that path. When the time comes for them to call it a night, Violet tells them to go ahead and that she wants to call her father to tell him about her victory. After the goodnights are said, Violet does as she did earlier that day and calls Rowan. "Violet, calling so soon?" Rowan says, shocked. "Just won my gym battle. We are leaving in the morning. Lucius will be joining us." "Oh, that is good then." "How so? I hate the idea of him tagging along," Violet says with spite in her voice. "I called an old friend. He wanted you to actually follow Lucius, to infiltrate the Horizon Company. But this turn of events makes things much easier." Violet gives Rowan a look that would make the strongest man squirm. "I know it would have been a lot to ask, but this is important. The Horizon Company is up to something, and my contact wants to know what. Stick with Lucius at least until you reach Snowpoint City. That is where you will meet my contact," Rowan says with a heavy air of crypticness. "And who exactly is this contact of yours?" Violet demands. Rowan strokes his white beard, internally debating whether or not to disclose that information. "He goes by one name, Looker." And that is the end of Chapter 13. Please leave feedbacks and your thoughts in the comments below. It helps me grow and change the story so it doesn't turn into something you don't want to listen to. What do you think of Lucius and his intentions? I actually want to know what you actually think of Lucius. Let me know what your thoughts about him down in the comments below. All feedback, negative and positive, is welcomed. If you enjoyed this video, please share this series around so others can enjoy it and leave it like so you enjoyed it as well. Follow me on Twitter for updates on anything and everything Pokemon as well so when all my videos go live. The link is down in the description below. As always, this has been Black Phoenix. Thanks for watching.